hurt people hurt people. I mean, we all know that saying, right? I'm willing to bet most of us know this from firsthand experience because we've been hurt by someone who was upset at somebody else and they took it out on us. And I know that I have been that person that was hurting and who took it out on someone who didn't deserve it. I'm Sarah Monahan, and I was a child actress in Australia in the 80s and 90s. I was on a wildly popular sitcom called Hey Dad, and it was Australia's highest rating TV show. Not just sitcom, TV show. A long time later, in 2010, I talked about what had happened on the show. The dad was a pedophile. And I had mostly dealt with the trauma of what he did to me, and I was going public because I just wanted people to know what really goes on in the industry and to be careful if they put their kids in there. Now, this was before Me Too, before any of the movements, before it was chill to talk about what really went on in the industry, and it didn't go down well. And I was bombarded with threats. I had so much hate. It was the worst couple of years of my life, honestly, because people were mean. It was 4 years before we made it to court, and he was found guilty, not just for me, but for several other girls as well. And since then, we've had a worldwide movement where we now listen to kids and women, sometimes, about the traumas that they've suffered and about, actually letting them have a voice and sending the bad people to jail. During that time, I went to a place called Heal for Life, which was a place for people who've been victims of any kind of childhood trauma, whether that was abusive parents, whether it was neglect, whether it was sexual assault, but for anybody who needs to heal. And I went there for a week, and it was a transformative experience. Specifically, we learned how to pinpoint where they make fun of, where on the dolly did the bad man hurt you. This was more an emotional thing of working out where your feelings are coming from, because sometimes it's not necessarily the thing that people think that has hurt you, it's something else. And I worked out that a lot of my trauma, I had really actually dealt with the things that he had done to me, but my trauma actually came from, well, a lot of it was my mother, because she knew what was happening and didn't do anything about it. And all of the other people who also, knew what was happening, but allowed it to continue to happen because they liked paying the rent. And I also learned how to take that and direct it towards those people instead of just randomly hurting anybody out there who pissed me off or who was trying to help me. That's the worst. It's when someone's trying to help you and you're just so angry, you lash out at that person that is trying to help you instead of directing that anger to the person who actually hurt you. And I think the most important thing that we can do on any kind of healing journey is work out who hurt you and tell that person, write them a letter, tell them in person to their face. Or, if they're dead, write it down and let that person know, but project that hurt and that anger to the person that did this to you. Don't take it out on the other people. And these days, I'm in a really good space. And anytime somebody does something that slightly pisses me off, I let them know. And I also recognize when other people are hurt and they're not actually meaning to take it out on me. They are just lashing out because they haven't reached that point yet where they can project that anger to the person that deserves it. And it's a journey. It can take years. Some people never get there. So don't be mad at yourself if you have not reached that point yet. But hopefully at some point you'll get to go to a place like Heal for Life where you'll learn how to, take those emotions and funnel them and use them for good. But yeah, if someone's angry at you, ask if they're really angry at you or if they're angry at something else in their life and work out how you can help them channel that anger or sadness to where it needs to be. And if you are that angry person and somebody's pissing you off, ask why they're pissing you off. Is it a trigger? Are they doing something? Are they saying something that reminds you of the person that has made you angry in the past? And, sometimes it's just somebody has a mannerism or has a way of saying something that just triggers something, and maybe you don't even remember why you're angry because it was so long ago. But know that those things happen. And it's okay. We're all just human. We're all just trying to deal with shit and make it through. But yeah, it's important to work out, number one, work out why you're angry or hurt or upset. What is the trigger? And then know how to release that without hurting the people that are trying to help you.